the truth is painful.
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome to Todd's Truth. Todd wrestles with the truth. My AEW Week in Review. Tonight was AEW Dark. Another great episode of Dark. I swear, AEW is just hitting on all cylinders. I mean, I don't think they could put on a bad show right now if they even tried. But don't try. Don't be like WWE. But another great episode tonight. And again, I'll say one of the best things about Dark is just listening to the commentary of Taz. I mean, a lot of the time I'm watching this show and I'm just laughing at the shit that comes out of Taz's mouth because he is hilarious. Oh my God. The stuff that he says, just sometimes you're like, wait, what? And then you just start laughing because you realize what he was saying. Or the stuff just comes out and you just start busting up laughing because you get it immediately. That is one of the big takes that I think of as Dark, is Taz on commentary with Excalibur. Yeah, just watch it and listen to Taz's commentary. He's hilarious. But this was another great episode of Dark. Yeah, like I said, AEW is just running away with it. They're putting on 3 great shows a week. A lot of people aren't watching the ones that are on YouTube. They call themselves wrestling fans or AEW fans, but they don't bother watching the YouTube channels. So you're not really a fan. And you're missing some great wrestling and great entertainment on these shows. So watch these shows. Tonight's first match was the Acclaimed. They also wrestled last night on Dark Elevation. Tonight it was the Acclaimed against Fuego del Sol and D3. Yeah, the Acclaimed got the win in this one. Fuego del Sol is freaking hilarious, though. But also a good wrestler. And you can tell that he's a good wrestler because he makes it look easy. You know, some of the stuff he does is not easy, and the things he does, but he makes it look easy. But yeah, the Acclaimed got the win in this one, pinning Fuego del Sol. The next match of the night was Matt and Mike Sydal versus David Ali and Aaron Fry. Again, Matt, they wrestled previous night on Elevation. Just a great veteran tag team. Yeah, against 2 rookies. They do some moves that are like incredible because they're both into yoga and they're both really flexible. Like they can bend over backwards, pop right back up, drop down in splits, come out of, and do maneuvers that are like, wow, that's impressive. They got the win on the night against David Ali and Aaron Fry. Another great match. Next match of the night. This was probably, I don't know. This match didn't resonate with me. Andrew Palace against Dante Martin. I have an issue with this because, not with the match itself, but I have an issue with Dante Martin. He's like a 19-year-old kid. And he comes out wearing a BLM arm piece on his arm, sleeve, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you should not be doing that on your show. You should not be promoting that kind of stuff. Let's keep the stupid politics out of the entertainment. I know it's hard for some people to do that, but the match overall was okay. Again, not a great match on the night with so many great matches. But Dante Martin got the win. His brother, his tag team partner, is still out injured. I think it was a knee injury. I think I just heard, but don't quote me on that. But so Dante Martin's having to wrestle alone when he's normally a tag team wrestler. But he did get the win on the night. Next match of the night was the Varsity Blondes versus Duke Davis and Gannon Jones. Another really good match. I like how AEW is building stars and not just trying to recycle a lot of stars. And there's some guys who are out there who are stars. And by all means, AEW should sign some of them, like Samoa Joe, who was just recently released from WWE, and the Iconics should be signed as well, as they're 2 really good women wrestlers that AEW just screwed up like they've done with so many talented wrestlers. But it's nice to see them also growing, new talent, because that's something WWE doesn't do. They take people who are already established and just repackage them and then pretend like they're new. But they're not, because most of these people are stars in the indie scenes and stuff, and they're already well known. But AEW's been doing a lot of, building of new talent. So it's really great to see. The Varsity Blondes got the win on the night for this. In another really good match. Just solid wrestling, solid entertainment. That's what we want. Keep all the other crap out of our entertainment. We don't need it. We want to be entertained. This was entertaining. Like I said, the Varsity Blondes got the win. The next match of the night was probably one of the best matches of the night, I think. It was Marty Costas, I think is how they said his name, versus Brian Cage. Both big, beefy boys. Big beasts. And I think Marty Costas was one of the best opponents for Brian Cage that I've seen in a while. Strength versus strength, man. They powered each other, through each other like crazy. Good moves, lots of great moves. Brian Cage looked like a couple times there that he might lose this match, that it was such a good match. But yeah, really solid match from Marty Costas. And Brian Cage barely got the win on this one. But great match. Like I said, probably I would rate this as one of the best matches of the night. The next match was Layla Hirsch, who we talked about on last night's review of Elevation. She was in a singles match tonight against Renee Michelle, and Layla Hirsch has a really wicked cross armbar. Man, when she locks that sucker in, most of these women don't last very long before they're tapping out, and that's what happened here. Layla Hirsch looked like she was going for a different move, and then all of a sudden she reversed out of what she was going to do and dropped Renee Michelle into this cross armbar, and it was only maybe 10 seconds, if that long, that Renee Michelle tapped out. So again, the rising star Layla Hirsch gets the win. Oh, here's Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk, against Jake St. Patrick. Jake St. Patrick would have been better off to not show up for this match because he got murdered. The Murder Hawk did his namesake, yes. Lance Archer is just a big, tough man, and he nearly murdered Jake St. Patrick. This wasn't even a challenge for Lance Archer. He needs some big competition. I want to see him, somebody like Miro or somebody, I can't think of anybody that would really. I think Miro would be a great opponent for him, as he's just so big and so strong that he just overpowers everybody he faces. But yeah, Lance Archer got the win in this match, and it was a good match too. Lance Archer, just big, powerful dude. Next match of the night was Diamante versus Rochelle Rose. And Diamante just went right through Rochelle Rose. And she got the win here. It was, she just beat the crap out of her. She's just a girl with a bad attitude, and after the loss last night in Elevation, she took it out on poor Rose there, and got the win. I feel sorry for Rose after this match. Next match tonight was Lee Johnson versus Will Alday. Lee Johnson is a member of the Nightmare Factory, and he'll be taking place in a match, Nightmare Factory versus The Factory, I believe on Dynamite. And Lee Johnson, just good wrestler, good new up-and-coming prospect. He got the win on the night. Getting a little warm-up match in there before his match on Dynamite. Penelope Ford versus Ashley Dmbrose. Penelope Ford just kicked the crap out of her. One instance that actually ran at Penelope Ford for a move, and Penelope Ford just kicked her right in the face. I mean, and it happened so quick too. It's like, whoa. And yeah, from that point on, it was Penelope Ford just took her apart. And Penelope Ford gets the win with Kip Sabian in her corner. Another really good match. Next match of the night was Cole Carter versus Colt Cabana. Can I just say, I love Colt Cabana. He is so fun to watch in the ring. He is so like charismatic, and he does stuff in the ring that's just hilarious. You've got to just watch him. He's so funny. During this match, Cole Carter being a rookie, newly signed, I believe, to AEW. So Colt Cabana was kind of giving him a little wrestling lessons during the match. It was so funny. And he kept talking to him during the match and telling him, "Oh, that was a nice try. Try again. Let's do this. Do that." And it was really hilarious. Colt Cabana has this finishing move where he hits you. He hits you with the move where you flip over. The opponent is kind of on his head with his feet up in the air, and Colt Cabana does this move he calls the Superman dive, where he dives over the opponent like he's going to fly over them. But instead of like tucking and rolling, he lands flat with his legs on the other legs of the opponent upside down and pins the opponent. It is a great move, but it's so funny to watch because you don't think that's what's going to happen when you watch the match. When he does this dive, you think he's going to dive over and tuck and roll and then pop up on the other side. But he lands flat with his legs on the opponent and pins him. So Colt Cabana did get the win here because, Colt Cabana is a veteran. There was no way he was going to lose to Cole Carter, a rookie, because he's just got so much experience, Colt Cabana does. And another great match on the night, too. So Colt Cabana gets the win with his Superman pin. Next match of the night was Kailyn King versus Dani Jordan. Kailyn King, just big girl, strong. She's got to be over 6 feet, I'm thinking, because she is tall. And she just out-muscled and out-powered Dani Jordan. And she got the win. She's still on a roll ever since she teamed up with Big Swole and Red Velvet. She's been on a roll. She's been getting win after win with them, and now in the singles too again. Yeah, she got the win tonight. Good match. Next match of the night, Liam Gray and Andre Anellis against SCU. I love SCU. These guys are awesome. I'm still sad that Scorpio Sky was taken out of the team because the three of these guys made a great group. But yeah, SCU gets the win on the night because there's really not many people that can beat these two veterans. They're just too good. Kazarian and Daniels, they're combined. They've been wrestling for years and years and years. They are some smart veterans, and they got the win on the night against the rookies. Next match of the night was really interesting match, and it was I guess the Butcher got hurt last week, hurt his hand. So this week it was the Blade and Private Party taking on the Dark Order. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Number 10. Because ever since, it's been a little while now, it's a good rivalry going on, or feud, with Matt Hardy. He's been doing this whole thing where he's been now he wants to destroy the Dark Order, so they're going after the Dark Order. And it's been some really good back and forth stuff going on for this feud. And tonight's match between these six was really, really good. I mean, there were so many close near falls and distractions going on and all this stuff going on that the rest of the Dark Order was out at ringside to watch the match so that Matt Hardy and them didn't cheat. Well, Matt Hardy and them were cheating, doing different things and distracting the referee. And at one point, Colt Cabana was out there. He runs over while Matt Hardy was distracting the referee. The Bunny was there, and she was attacking one of the members of the Dark Order, and who was on the outside on the ground. She was kicking him, And so Colt Cabana runs over, which I don't know why people don't do this more. Referees these days in wrestling is like, they're barely legal. They have barely legal vision, I swear, because they're so blind to things that something can happen just right in their peripheral vision. And what? I didn't see that. I didn't see anything. What's going on? Nothing. Oh. And I swear they're the most easily distracted people on the planet. I mean, they look away. I mean, and I thought my ADD was bad. These referees have ADD that makes mine look like nothing. Because they go, squirrel, squirrel. At just a moment's notice for no reason, they look away to miss something happening. So when Colt Cabana ran over to the referee, kind of pushing Matt Hardy out of the way, he literally grabbed the referee by the shoulders and spun him around so that he could see the bunny attacking the member of the Dark Order on the floor. And then the referee suddenly like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So and then he ended up throwing Matt Hardy and the bunny out of ringside, made him go to the back, which we need to see more of that. More guys need to do what Colt Cabana did, running over to him and, hey referee, spin around. And he just grabbed him and spun him around because he was short too. Colt Cabana's a big guy. He spun him around and basically, look what's going on. So that, I busted out laughing at this part because it was so damn funny. But more wrestlers need to do this with referees. I mean, if you can't find referees that have 20/20 vision, then, more of this needs to happen. But another great match. The Blade, great wrestler. The Private Party are coming into their own as really good wrestlers since they've, been working with Matt Hardy. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and number 10, all great wrestlers as well. But it came down to number 10 locking in the full Nelson on the Blade and shaking him around like a rag doll until the Blade, which you don't see many people do that to the Blade. But number 10's a big guy, big, powerful guy. And he did. And the Blade had to tap out because the full Nelson, when he's got him up in the air, he picked him up off his feet and was just ragdolling him around. It doesn't take long before your neck and your back are like, okay, I give up. Stop. I don't want to break my neck. And the Blade tapped out. And the Dark Order gets the win. So I can't wait to see what's the next feud that's going to be happening here between these two groups. I would love to see a whole just group on group fight. I mean, put them on the ring, let them fight it out. That would be awesome to see. But yeah, another great Dark. I mean, like I said, AEW is just kicking butt. Just week after week, they're doing 3 episodes a week now. They got Dark Elevation, they got Dark, and then they've got Dynamite on Wednesday nights on TNT. And again, this one is a high 4 out of 5, easy. Yeah, another great episode. More people should be watching these if they want to see great wrestling, because that's all AEW is putting on. It's consistent and good. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.